Oh, they're away, and Gatling got away brilliantly, and he's ahead of the field at the moment, and Bolt going very, and here comes Usain Bolt! Usain Bolt storming through, he takes it again, Blake gets the silver!
Athletes are easily some of the highest paid people on the planet. They entertain millions of fans and put their health on the line to do it, and because of that, professional sports players fetch top dollar for their talents. Now, when a big free agent hits the market, billionaire owners are willing to open up their wallet and spend whatever it takes to bring in a player that can win them a ring. In this video, we'll take a look at which athletes are on top when it comes to making the most money living their dream of playing sports. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Our first player doesn't come from one of the big four American leagues, but the individual sport of tennis. Topping the list is Roger Federer. If you ask a lot of tennis fans who their greatest of all time is, there's a pretty big chance that the most common answer you'll hear is Roger Federer. His impressive record includes wins in just about every Grand Slam tournament that you can think of, which includes 8 victories at Wimbledon to his name. He's won gold at the Olympics, and he's second of all time in prize money winnings, behind Novak Djokovic. Also, he's got over 1,200 victories. There's a good reason why Federer is considered the GOAT of his sport, and his profits are fitting for someone that's had so much success. Federer has a different way of pulling this off than other athletes, however. In tennis, there's no billionaire team owners handing out huge salaries like in the NBA and other leagues. Federer's winnings from the sport itself are small in comparison to some of the other highest-paid athletes. But one thing puts Federer above the rest of the list. That's his $100 million in endorsements, which includes luxury brands like Rolex, Mercedes-Benz, and Lindt. These brands fit Federer pretty well, of course. While not everyone that's into tennis is rich, it's undeniable that the sport has picked up an upper-class reputation over the years. These companies target those upper-class customers that are willing to shell out money for quality, and it appears they've done the same thing by paying a premium to get the endorsement of one of the most well-known tennis players out there. Next is the always marketable Cristiano Ronaldo. Soccer is the most watched sport in the world, and one of the top stars in that sport is Cristiano Ronaldo, who comes in at number 2 on Forbes' list of the highest paid athletes. It's not hard to understand why brands are interested in Ronaldo. The Juventus star has not only been one of the top performing players in the world for many years now, but also comes close to having the peak physique in the sport. That physique makes Ronaldo just stand out in a crowd, and in advertisements too. Ronaldo doesn't make as much salary-wise as Lionel Messi, his rival for the top soccer player, or footballer as the profession is known in Europe. However, he's above Messi on this list because of his massive endorsements, which come to $45 million according to the 2020 list. The most recognizable of these endorsement deals is probably the one Ronaldo has with Nike, who produces his line of football boots and has done so since 2003. It's worked out great for both sides, as the CR7 boots have become some of the most recognizable in Nike's collection, and Ronaldo has become iconic from their advertisements, as well as his play on the pitch. As Ronaldo helped lead Juventus to a 9th straight title in Italy, it doesn't look like he's slowing down much as a player or a businessman at age 35. Expect to see more collaborations between Nike and Ronaldo in the future, and also to see Ronaldo involved in endorsement deals long after his eventual retirement. The third player on this list is a big rival to the last one, Lionel Messi. If you ask someone who the best soccer player in the world is and they don't say Cristiano Ronaldo, they may just answer by saying Lionel Messi. Messi and Ronaldo are always up there with the top performers in their stats and accomplishments, and many fans regard Messi as the best in the world. In fact, it's impossible for us to take a stance on which of the two is better in this video, because the topic is so debated. However, even though which player is better is a subject up for debate, their pay isn't. Messi makes a little less than Ronaldo, but still more than the vast majority of top athletes in the world. He comes in at number 3 on the list and has one of the highest salaries with an impressive $72 million. That's actually $12 million more than Ronaldo, but Messi is behind overall because of not having quite as much in endorsements. Still, the endorsements that Messi does have aren't insignificant. Messi has his own line of boots produced by Adidas and was the face of several of their advertising campaigns. Messi is also familiar with millions of EA Sports FIFA players around the world, as he's been on the cover of the game for a number number of editions. In fact, Messi was on the cover of the game for 4 straight editions, starting with FIFA 13. So which player will profit more in the future? Messi or Ronaldo? Anyone with an answer to that question has to be a psychic, because all in all, they've been pretty evenly matched for most of their careers. Next is a bit of a more controversial player and a former teammate of Messi. The next player on this list is also one of the stars of the big European soccer leagues and was on the same team as Messi for a time. We're talking about Neymar, perhaps the largest star in the sport that hails from the South American countries. Neymar came out of Brazil to join Messi at Barcelona, and the pairing of the two was set to be a big deal. And it was, for a time. The two were also joined by Liverpool forward Luis Suarez, creating a big three which reached the highest heights in the sports. But this good thing wasn't going to last forever. A more controversial player than the other two members of the Big Three, rumors swirled for a couple of years that Neymar was discontented with his place in the shadow of Messi. He'd accept a move away from the team to the French champion PSG, but there was controversy over whether or not the move was even legal under FIFA's rules. The Spanish league tried to block the transfer, and Barcelona sued Neymar to make him return his contract bonus, but Neymar eventually ended up on PSG, where he remains today, despite being the subject of more rumors about his attitudes, dealings with teammates, and his possible desire to jump teams once again. Despite all that, Neymar is still one of the top players in the world. He's also one of the top earning players, making $70.5 million in salary. That's almost enough to push him ahead of Messi, who is only slightly higher on that front. Messi is the more marketable player though, at least based on how much both make in endorsements. You should also expect Neymar to rise the ranks of the highest paid athletes further in the coming years, as the focus shifts to a new generation. Neymar is 28, so he has more years in him to still catch up with Messi and Ronaldo and compete for the top spots. Next, we have a player who becomes the focal point of any team, LeBron James. Speaking of players aging and moving out of the spotlight, that hasn't happened yet to LeBron James. James has been around in the NBA as a superstar player for longer than some of the league's current fan base has been alive, and now that he's playing in Los Angeles, he's no less of a star. He's the highest ranked American on this list, and he's also one of the most expensive athletes to get an endorsement from. Getting a sponsored tweet from LeBron may cost up to $140,000, which goes to show just how much companies will pay to get a shout out from King James. In fact, LeBron is number 5 on this list because of the endorsements, and not his salary and bonuses. His $60 million is higher than Ronaldo, and ties him with Tiger Woods in endorsement money, only placing him behind Roger Federer. Like some of the other players on this list, LeBron also has his own series of shoes. The LeBron line is one of the most recognizable produced by Nike, and there's a fair few players in the NBA that wear the shoes in-game. LeBron is one of the current athletes that has the best chances of making more after his career than during it. He's largely considered the face of the NBA right now, and that reputation isn't going to just disappear when he retires. Moving teams to play for the Lakers may have been part of LeBron's business plans, as he's already appeared in multiple movies. Interestingly, LeBron also owns a production company with his business partner Maverick Carter, Spring Hill Entertainment. It wouldn't be crazy to see LeBron taking a similar path to Michael Jordan, making more from his business interests after his career than during it. Next is another star of the NBA, Stephen Curry. Steph Curry is the second NBA player on this list, and for good reason. LeBron isn't that much older, but the styles of the two players couldn't be more different. It's said that Curry is a better picture of the latest generation of the NBA, and it's not hard to see why. While LeBron is a bruising forward, Curry is a three-point sharpshooter whose Warriors set the NBA win record while relying on fast play and accuracy from outside. The Warriors haven't been very successful in 2020, and they lost to the Raptors in the finals in 2019, but their run of dominance in the years before that have elevated Curry from a player just known for his accurate shooting to an international superstar with a shoe line from Under Armour and profits to rival the other top players in the league. Curry is even with LeBron in rings, and he's also just about even with him in salary. He doesn't quite have the same business interests yet though, and this puts him behind LeBron overall for total profits. But with Curry being 32 and LeBron being 35, Curry has a few more years than LeBron has in the league. With that being said, he'll have to lead the Warriors away from their awful performances in 2020 to get the same kind of endorsements the other players on this list have, and whether or not that will happen is debatable. The team's window may have already closed, but with a new season next year, you never know what's going to happen. That's it for this list of the top highest paid athletes. Thanks for watching, and make sure to check out our other videos on the channel.